It's Esau. You know, but it's towards who so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, Spanish, man. Because that's who really get affected by it. You know.
You niggas had this false hope that one day Esau will treat you niggas right, man.
Because look,
it's not in the plans.
Now it's a war on education.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how they're trying to play it now. It's a war on education. But when you really look at it, education system sucks.
Yeah,
it's trash.
The people with less public school and college education is better off.
Yeah, homeschool.
Yeah, like our grandfathers and fourth and fourth grade, but they can build a house from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like they was better off.
Yeah.
Like the longer you stay in this system, the more dumbed down and indoctrinated you become.
Yeah, right. Especially when they go to the college, going back to the word degree, it means what? Downgrade.
Step back.
So you think you're gonna step ahead, but you really stepping what? You stepping back. You stepping down.
When I say so, a lot of Israelites are fucking geniuses, man.
Put
God in this man's kingdom.
Yeah.
But by the time Jake started getting to the 3rd, 4th grade, he started stumbling.
Yeah.
Because this man's system is purposely against your natural way of thinking.
That's it. The opposite.
You know how many, and they suppress it, bro. It'll pop up on TikTok. How many Jakes are like low-key geniuses?
Yeah.
They'll be what, 9, 10 years old on a college level?
Yeah.
But they take you out your daddy house, then they put you in a prison called public school. All right? And you have to look at words on a school board. No pictures, no colors, no music, no nothing, man. That's a prison. All right? But like a lot of Jakes are geniuses, man. Well, they're just brilliant.
It goes back to Jeremiah. We the form of all things.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, even when you like look at the school system, like it's already set up like a prison.
You know,
cafeteria.
Yeah.
Like a cafeteria. High man, alive. You in a room all day. You know, a bell for every movement. You know what I'm saying? So it's conditioning you to be a slave. Well, Babylon's a prison house. To be captive. That's a Jeremiah too.
Yep.
I think with the Jeremiah 42.
Isaiah 42.
Prison houses.
Yeah, Isaiah 42, 22.
Yeah,
They'll be here in prison.
Yeah.
The food in school is like prison food.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. A lot of soybean based meat and shit.
The principal is like the warden.
Yep. Yep.
And if you're a boy, you're already like a delinquent.
Already.
As soon as you start leaving them, as soon as those baby faces start leaving you, as soon as those baby features leave you, it's like people are already conditioned to hate you.
Yeah.
You turn 10, 11, 12, the love leaves. And then your masculine energy as a boy makes you look like a misfit in the school system.
And they keep making you doubt yourself.
Yep.
You know, them certain tests.
Yep.
You know, having to read out loud and different, you know what I mean?
And then get shot down.
Yeah. Like that shit make as a man make you doubt yourself.
And what the fuck? You know what I fucking realized in my 30s? Man, this shit all about doubt. This shit all about competence.
Yeah.
One thing that has been attacked as far as the Israelite man is your competence.
Yeah.
Going back to doubt, because the opposite of being competent is really being incompetent. So, but part of being incompetent, nigga, you don't believe in yourself.
Man, that's cold, Elder, because I watched the video dealing with Venus Williams, you know, Serena Venus Williams. So I think she had to be around by 11, 12 years old on this video. And this Edomite, was, you know, like say, having a conversation with her. And there was one particular question that he asked her about who she can beat. I think it's, you know what I'm saying, going against another Edomite or something like that. But he was like, you really think you can beat her? She said, yeah, but she said it with confidence, right? She said it with confidence, like she knows she can. But he kept on asking her in a deceitful way. You can tell that he's been deceitful because he's like, you really sure about that?
Her dad got aggressive.
Yeah, her dad, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, so he had to come out the back. He had to come out the back and get on the damn reporter ass.
Yeah.
You know, don't be asking her that question. She told you with confidence that she could beat her.
And where that confidence come from? The father,
right?
Yep, the father. You know, because you go into the store, they Arthur Ashe.
Yeah.
I mean, not Arthur Ashe, but Arthur. Because the brothers out in the brother Karatazak, Elder Karatazak in Vegas, he told me the stories that he's from company. But he said like how her father used to have to catch fades on the practice. You know? Yeah, so that confidence, all right, comes directly from the man. And when you remove that masculine dynamic from the household, you get a bunch of what? Effeminate self-doubt, okay, indecisive men.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. And like I say, the Edomite tried to destroy her confidence.
Yeah.
And they had a go ahead with this one. No, I was gonna say they had a comparison between Arnold Schwarzenegger's two sons. One stayed with the mother, the other stayed with him. You know, and you seen the one that the mother raised, you be like, damn, this nigga slides.
Now
he'll do nothing but sit and play games.
And I've seen that growing up, man. Them women will let their son sit in his bedroom all day, play video games, and eat. All right, then when he's like 25 and can't function in the world, that's a problem.
He got a problem.
Yeah, he's society's problem. But hey, going back, you said a critical point. The school system was designed for the Israelite man to doubt himself. With those math equations, with algebra, you know.
Even going to chemistry, dealing with biology.
Yep.
Then you gotta know social studies, subs, history.
Is a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they don't teach you about your history.
Yeah,
they teach you. The only history you learn is about you being a slave.
Yep.
You know.
You learn the Edomite supremacy in the school system.
Yeah.
In the school system, in the church system, you learn the Edomite supremacy, man. You got it, bro.
This Psalm 62 and 4. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency.
And the excellency is the laws. Because obedience of the laws, the Most High opens you up to be a superpower. Because it goes back to your allegiance to the laws. When the allegiance to Yahweh Bahashim Al-Shai. That's what happened with King Solomon. He asked for the wisdom.
And he gave him everything else.
He gave him everything else. But it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon, he gave him the knowledge of the elements, the operation of the elements. You just said biology, so chemistry. What's chemistry?
Elements.
The knowledge of the elements.
The periodic table.
So King Solomon would have been considered a so-called black man. He would have been considered a so-called American Negro.
Right.
So we already had the information 3,000 years ago.
Right.
Wait a minute, it said King Solomon had masons up under him. So you got to know geometry to build anything. So we already knew algebra. Algebra goes back to algebra. That's an Islamic word. Back when they was running Europe as the Moors. So we already had this knowledge. So how in the world can you go into the school system and your mind goes blank? All right, this Esau wants you to doubt yourself, man.
That's it. Yeah.
The scriptures say the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. You know, the Lord put the name Yasharallah on us. You are a prince with God.
Yep.
You know, you are power with God. Prince of the power, man. So all knowledge comes from the Heavenly Father and the Son. And he chose us out of all the nations to be the embodiment of that on earth. You know? So everything these people really have so far as education, it's a downgrade.
It's bro.
It's a downgrade.
Because everybody that's educated knows nothing about the planet Earth. Keisha swears she educated. She don't know how to go ahead.
They lack common sense.
They lack common sense. I bet she don't know where to put that OBD monitor in her car. I bet she don't know where to stick that OBD monitor in her car.
She don't even know what the oil.
Yeah. She don't know how to reach. Say it again.
Or the womanly thing, the kitchen.
Yeah.
She don't know about nutrients. She don't know how to sow, garden. You know, woman, it was a natural trait. Because like even in ancient Israel, the woman played such a big part in the economy, man, because they turned all those crops, into usable goods. Because the man would plant, the man
till the ground,
but the women would make that plant to be usable. Because you got to harvest that plant, then you got to take it through a process to make it usable. You see?
She utilized it.
Yeah, she utilized it. So the women in ancient Israel, they played a major part of the economy because the resources that the men had, the women played a part in processing those resources and make it usable. Because if we go to war and we come back, with trains full of silks and different materials, well, the women will make those things into actual clothing and sheets and decorations. They would turn those raw materials into usable resources. Yeah. So, like you say, the only thing that the nigga woman has mastered in this society is how to help maintain Esau shit. Be a secretary for Esau. She understands his paperwork. She understands his software programs. You see, that's the only thing that Eve has mastered in this society is how to maintain Esau shit.
Then on another step, dealing with the education, when they do, graduate, go to college for a certain amount of years, that's why it's a saying that it ain't what you know, it's who you know. Because through the education, guess what? They'll be thought as they overqualified. Something they went to school for 8 years or 4 years. Now when they try to go and present themselves to get their job, they overqualified.
That's right. That's right.
So either way it goes, you lose. You know what I'm saying? The system, like say, a systematic design, but to keep Jake down. Keep Jake oppressed.
Prison industrial complex.
Yeah.
You guys
It says this is back in Psalm 62. And on 4 said they only consult to cast him down from his excellency.
Hey, but you just said the righteous are more excellent than his neighbor. The trait of an Israelite is that he's excellent. Go ahead, bro. Like this brother, man. This brother's what, 28, 29? Hey, man, everything he's supposed to put his hands on. He just know how to do a lot of stuff, man.
Raised by all the men.
Yeah, you raised, hey, Jake born in the rural areas, raised by the dads and the uncles. By the time Jake 19, 20, and if they rebuilding cars, computers, they can grow a garden, slaughter an animal. And but why does the system want you to detach from your dad? If the bitter and the patriarch bring out the best in a man, why would you take him away from that patriarch here?
They know. They know that's the ultimate way to destroy a home and to destroy people.
Because when you kill a man's head, because the head of a boy is his father.
Yep.
When you chop their head off, all thing that boy has is primitive devices.
Yep.
So now Jake is reproducing and hurting people. Because he doesn't have the head. He just has his primitive device, his flesh.
No guidance.
Now he's an animal. Now, but it said Esau was a cunning hunter. So now if I could decivilize you and you could become this animal, now you're in my world because I'm the hunter. You can fall from my trap. Easy.
It says they delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly.
They delight in lies, man. They bless with their mouth, but curse inwardly, man.
Yeah, we were saying about how these government officials are like Trump, these different political figures like Elon Musk. Like you see when they talking to you, they talking peace, but like a man of discernment that knows countenance, that knows body language, you see it. Especially you know the scripture, so we know they makeup, we know how they think, we understand the Lord created them for. But the Lord gives you certain indicators to be able to discern. You pay attention to how these men move, and when you listen to what they say, their words not matching their actions.
Because they bless wickedness, but it's a trap.
Yeah.
They speak smooth words. Like they give niggas Grammys, they let niggas perform at the Super Bowl. Yeah. But this nigga, they know that this one nigga is destroying the lives of millions of people. Yep. So it seems like they blessing Jake, but on the flip side, man, they keeping Jake as a cursed people because Esau magnified the cursing that's on Jake, man.
Yeah, because even with that whole Kendrick Lamar, like this Super Bowl situation, it was him being exalted to step down on another Jake, on Drake. Yep. It was like in order for one. It was always in order for one nigga to come up, we gotta make sure another nigga get destroyed.
It was that book. I feel bad because I can't remember the author's name, but it was basically a book describing the destruction of the black boys. Yeah. And the picture was a dark skinned Jake and a light skinned Jake on it. Yep. So that's the Kendrick and the Drake. Yep. So Willie Lynch. Yep. So the only way Jake can thrive is divide and conquer, man. Yep.
They would call it crabs in a bucket.
Crab in a barrel mentality. Blood and Crip, GD's Vice Lord. Come on, man.
House nigga
divided.
Yeah, it's divided.
Still
nigga. That's to show you who the Israelites are. Because it goes back to the curses.
Yeah, you don't think Esau tapped into the curses? Esau knew about the curses before we did.
Right.
All he did was capitalize off the curses.
Yep, that's it.
Like what it says, the woman should have an evil eye towards the husband of her bosom. Yep. That's feminism.
Yep. He created that. Yep.
Go ahead, bro. Yep, that's the word. Say it again a little louder.
What do you get?
Doctor. Say it again. It was one of those comedic names. He had some purple.
Dr. Jawanza Conjure.
Yeah, on the big that's the one right there. That's the one right there. But Esau, that's the one right there.
Yeah. You put it on your.
It's an attack on us. Yeah. It's an attack on us. See, if you have a boy He's already, he was born on enemy line. He was born in the trenches. You have an Israelite son, whether he's so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, he was already born in the trenches. He was born systemically getting shot at.
Hey, that's why it goes back to Psalm the 83rd chapter. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Psalm the 83rd chapter.
If I made, was the brother on the scripture?
Yeah, I had one. Go ahead.
Both of y'all had said it. Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduce them.
Yeah, the way of the wicked seduce our people, man. You know, just like I remember a while back, I was doing a lesson going into education, right? Education works two ways. You can either draw out the purpose of a man, or you can draw out his destruction. And the education system that we've gotten here in America was to draw out our destruction. They first of all, they start you pledging allegiance to the wicked.
Yep.
You know, they have you open yourself up to really sorcery.
Yep.
You know, like you were 5 years old, you in a fucking classroom every day saying words that you don't even understand.
Yep. Founding fathers.
Founding fathers.
Them niggas ain't not founding fathers.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You go to the scriptures now, we go through the lineage of the sons of God. Those are our founding
Those
fathers.
are our founding fathers.
Not no damn Benjamin Franklin and George Washington.
Andrew Jackson.
Yeah.
And so we was worshiping criminals.
Yep.
We was raised to come on, man.
Worship the ops.
We was worshiping the ops.
The ops.
Andrew Jackson was a mass slaughterer.
Yep.
If a Jake rolled up on a piece of land and slaughtered a bunch of people, they'll hang him upside down.
Yep.
So you was raised to worship, and then Benjamin Franklin's fat ass was still in King Solomon's Proverbs.
Yep.
Benjamin Franklin, Abraham Lincoln, they have certain quotes they'll get glorified from. I know I'm in the knowledge. Like, wait a minute, man, this is
King Solomon.
this is a book of Sirach, this is a book of Wisdom of Solomon.
Proverbs.
Right. Yeah.
Fat fuck.
I saw that in the book of Eli. He was like, this book, if you could just read it, people will just grab it.
Yeah.
So he was basically looking for the scriptures. That way he can basically just take what was in the scriptures to influence the people the way he wanted to.
That's the same thing Esau did pertaining to Psalms 50, right? They say, what hast thou do to take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing that thou hatest instruction, you know? And you look, America's so-called Christian, so-called Christian nation, you know what they do? They use the Bible to swear in their officials, man. They got the Bible in their court systems, you know, because they know the power of the influence of the book.
The Bible's a decoy.
It's a decoy.
It's man's society.
Yep.
And then these devils so wicked that they don't even touch the Bible when they swear in. You know, because they know that their whole inauguration is nothing but a satanic ritual.
That's it. That's it.
That's how you gonna be judged according to it.
Yeah.
What I have to do is let my statutes, they got covered in my mouth. Yeah. You gotta pay for that.
Come on, man. Hey, but see, nigga, you created a projection about yourself where you want to be perceived as God. So for the time, I remember being 4 years old and Edomites coming to the daycare showing us Adam and Eve as Edomites.
Yep.
The program, and I know y'all had a similar experience. So, hey, the average 5-year-old Israelite thinks that God is a so-called white man.
That's it.
Yep.
So the program that starts early, man.
And that's why you know when you come up as a kid, the book got pictures in it.
Yep.
So like the pictures, you start off with books that have more pictures in them than words.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And even the books that wasn't biblical books or religious books, most of the characters was white.
Yep.
Dr. Seuss,
Oh,
Sam, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It uses a green man, a blue man, a white man. You know, nobody was black in the books.
Right.
You know,
Or brown.
unless it was Curious George. You know, the monkey was black, he was brown, or some shit like that.
Today I seen, I was scrolling TikTok, right? They said you had Jesus Christ, right? And asked the Migos, which one is it? One of Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah.
That's what they point to.
Yeah.
That's what they point to.
Yeah, because Esau know. Because you know the scripture say, train up a child in the way he should go.
Yeah.
So he took that and used
How you
it
doing, my
on the
brother?
left-hand side.
No, sir.
Yeah. So Esau took that, but he used it to his advantage. Train up a child. That's why you go to daycare, preschool, then kindergarten, then elementary, middle school, high school, then college.
And some experience has revealed the woman is the daycare. So your child really is being institutionalized from the time they were born. Because you got daycares for newborn. But this woman that you don't know is not supposed to be around your infant.
Exactly, yeah.
That's why the mama, the Most High gave a woman breast milk.
Right.
So how long does a woman have breast milk?
2 years.
About 2 years. So the Most High gave her breast milk because she's a daycare provider.
Right.
So she go from daycare provider to the nurse. You watched the documentary we was watching
Oh yeah.
his mama had him till he was 5 years old. If he was 5 years old, his dad summoned him. So the baby really supposed to be around the son, around the mama till he about 4 or 5 years old. Then he get up under them men.
Yeah, mimic the second.
Yeah, mimic the second. Come on, so the point is, man, all right, really the child is in prison from the time he's an infant. From the hospital is a prison. All right, if you make it up the hospital, all right, now he's then he goes to the nursing facilities. So he has a vibration of other women holding him, man.
Too many different hands on him.
Too many different hands,
Different vibrations.
loud children.
Studs.
Come on,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
TV in the background, you know. Hey, you got that one TikTok clip, little 5-year-olds, 3, 4-year-olds playing Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Beat that ass, yeah.
Yeah.
The brother get the picture for it,
Get the precept.
Yeah, I thought you had something on there. I want you to bring out. I didn't want to put your spirit.
Oh no, it was just going back to the Father.
Oh yeah,
You know the scripture say how when you teach your son, it grieves the enemy.
Yeah.
And that's what I had.
Okay, you got it, bro.
You want to still bring it out? This is cool.
Yeah. You bring it out.
You started one.
That's right.
But that's what happening now in the spirit. You know, because we call ourselves the sons of God. Well, we're being raised by masculine energy, man. And that's why the Heavenly Father, through Yahushua, they expect so much of their men. And they don't take excuses, man. Especially when you're a man of nobility, because you have a lot of responsibility, man. So you can't get away with the things that the average person get away with, man. Okay? And us being the sons of God, that's why the Most High, you know, he handles us in a way, all right, that's the opposite of this world, man. You know? And a lot of people get offended how the Most High deals, because people, like you say, the way that Esau talk to the Most High, they talk in a very feminine way, right? Very passive, you know, that he just, you know, he has no bounds. You can do whatever and just, you know, come back and be cool, you know. Yep.
This a rock. 31. He that loveth his son calls him off to feel the rod.
And he that loveth his son calls him off to feel the rod. And see, really, when you grow up around that masculine energy, man, you really be mad a lot, or you be frustrated, because it's like, damn, I can't do nothing, right? You know? Right. But see, they own you often because he's gonna go into it. Why?
That he may joy, it's like that he may have joy of him at the end.
He may have joy of him at the end. So he on your ass early and often, so you can be something at the end. So you can be able to not only take care of yourself, but you an asset to the family now. Okay? That was why the father would stay on your ass early and often, okay? Because if you can start cutting corners early, you're gonna try to keep cutting corners. All right? And that's why, like, them sorry niggas at work, they always trying to cut corners and be in. That's because that's all they know. Yeah, matriarch shit. But your daddy be on your ass early and often. Or your uncle, or even just a Jake that'll take you in, he be on your ass early and often because he's worried about the final product, man.
And you know, this ain't no nigga a matriarch, baby, because he got game.
Yeah.
A boy always making, like, you know, a boy always making an effort to manipulate his way, try to use charm or charisma. That's why a nigga might have females and baby mamas that you know how to manipulate a woman to get what you need.
Right.
That's cutting corners. A man gotta go through that straight gate.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So hey, a lot of us is matriarch babies,
Right.
but the Most High came and developed us, man. Or the Most High put a spirit on us, so we weren't really products of that shit, man.
It's a healing place.
Yeah.
Because we can't, you know, brothers can't help what they was born into. But the beautiful thing about this truth it adds to where we lack it. You know, that's why it's so much masculine energy in the truth, because it heals from the matriarch, man.
It teaches us really how to be a man. Yeah. That's why I say when I was a child, I thought as a child. When I became a man, basically we came to the truth. You know the way what childish things.
Something the elder Abai would always get into. The word man goes back to champion. You become a champion through challenges.
That's right. So
somebody learned in life, if you ain't put yourself through challenges, you're not developing. If you ain't learned this, first of all, it starts with the truth. But part of being a man is, is exploring new things. Right. Experiencing new things, man.
Proverbs 23 and 24, the father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that begetteth a wise child shall have joy of him.
Yeah. And that's what we seeing on the mass scale with Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, because Yahweh Shai was that example of how the Most High wanted the rest of his sons to be. So when we study the life of Yahweh Shai dealt with the bitterness, man. Yahweh Shai had spiritual power in Rome, but wasn't trying to be popular. Yeah. You gotta think about how Yahweh Shai was built. He had spiritual power in Rome, but wasn't trying to be cute and popular, man. Okay? But you give a nigga, you give a nigga 15,000 subscribers, and now this nigga is Julius Caesar, you know? Nah, man, Yahweh Shai was about handling business, man. He understood the bigger picture, man. He sacrificed his whole life, all right, just so we can have an opportunity to do this, to get back, all right, so everybody can get back to where they're supposed to be, man. In good standings with the Father, man.
That's why I say, yourself likewise, the same mindset. That's Yahweh Shai.
That's the point, bro. That's the key example of a visionary. He focused on the bigger picture.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because to have that much power and hold back, that's the real power.
That's real masculinity.
That's the real masculinity. That's the real power. Because he got more. He got limitless power. He's omnipotent. Yeah. You know, like you said, you give Jake a little something. Jake get his taxes. He gonna go spin the block. Yeah. You know,
he bougie out.
Yeah. Nigga get one chopper. You know.
Yep.
And now this nigga. Napoleon. Yeah. This nigga Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yeah. CJ all grand up out of.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah. This is Rebecca Rock 32. He that chasteneth his son shall have joy in him, and he shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
So, imagine. Oh, hey, my bro. Oh, he right. Hey, Edda Kazak. You already know what it is, bro. You already know what time it is, bro. You know what time. You hear it now. You already know. Me and him gotta fix it. So, you know what I mean? But the point is, and can you read it again?
It says, he that loveth his son, he that chasteneth his son shall have a joy in him.
So, and he that loveth his son causes him off to put a ride, right? So just imagine a nation where Esau allows the woman to have custody of the child, and he never gets chastened by his dad.
He never gets corrected. Terrible project.
And that's the Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's the YN.
That's the YN. That's America's monster. But now, we got to do something about these monsters. These criminals, we got to do something about them. Prison industrial complex, all right, police live shooters. But you created the monster.
You created the monster.
Because Esau, go to the scriptures, the book of Ezra, first Ezra in the Sirach, it tells you why make the king and the fatherless child alike. Why did it say fatherless child? What's undisciplined? So Esau knows the effect of not having a father.
Right.
It makes you undisciplined because you've never been chastened by a man. So if you don't feel nothing, so now you're 16, 17, walking with something called hubris. You're fearless. But now you're America's monster. You fell right into the trap.
Hey, this is Esau. Yeah, Esau without a father.
Easy prey.
You know what I'm saying? So you can tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord dealt with this one. He dealt with this.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
There you go.
Estranged means you are deviant. So you don't have the laws.
Yeah, like a brute beast.
Yeah, so you're a brute beast. Like the Romans, when Edomites came into power through the Romans, they were behaving like fatherless kids. Just fucking and killing. Barbarians, man. You know?
That shit was ratchet. Like you go into those emperors, you know, especially starting with like from Tiberius on down to Nero, man. That shit was some real ratchet, you know, freaky. You know, like this shit was some, them niggas that have like their baby daddy, like the Roman Caesars. Them niggas was having baby mamas and shit. Like they shit was off. Like they'll just leave one wife and marry another man's wife. Like this shit, like niggas culture. Like how everybody was fucking everybody and niggas culture. Like this was going on amongst the nobility of the Romans.
Like how you describe the NBA.
Yep.
Out in adultery. And that's how them Caesars was. That was like Julius Caesar was getting other dudes' wives and stuff. Yeah.
They show you in those shows like Spartacus, Gladiator. They show you, you know, because the culture that niggas have really come from East Hollywood.
Yeah, low. What they call them?
Low culture.
Yeah, low culture. Edomites came over.
So is the king, so is the people.
Yep.
Yeah, Sirach 10.
The low life Edomites came to the Americas, and they had them starter kids, them Edomite starter kids, the brothels, the churches, the bars, the club. Say it again. Yeah, but that too. But it was a low life starter kid in every major city.
They're getting drunk and shit.
Yeah.
They're sloppy drunk shit.
Yeah, so
White boy wasted.
So, that too. Yeah, but I believe Jake was leaving the South and getting turned out in the big cities.
Yeah.
You know, Jake was leaving that sharecropper Southern shit and up going to Chicago and becoming gamblers, drunkards, pimps, gangsters.
Mob, man.
Yeah.
Like
the Italian mob kicked off in Chicago, and Jake rode that coattail.
Yeah, because like they show you that in with Muddy Waters. What was the movie? Cadillac Records. But that wasn't all Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf. All of them went up, went up north.
They got turned out.
He got turned out.
Yep, got them processes and shit.
Yep.
And another example was the movie X.
Yeah.
I get a lot of references from that movie. But Malcolm X was Spike Lee's character, right? There was somewhere in the East Coast. Was it Baltimore, Boston? But that was that big city shit they had going on, man. Yeah, pimping, gambling. But they got their Edomites. That's why they was dressed like they had that process. You know?
That's why the Apostle was born. I remember him going into cities was really made for the women.
Yep.
You know, the mother city, the metropolitan area. You know, the cities was really made for women. Yep. You know, convenience. Yep.
In the cities, because the words, see, in Hebrew, in real languages, things are personified.
That's right.
It's either a male or female possession.
Yep.
And the city itself is personified as a woman. So that's why in every reference of a city, it's a female. Yep. Tyree, Zidah, Babylon, there's always references of females, a woman. But and like I said, the cities is real like a deviant place, man. You know, that's why Jerusalem was more agrarian. All right, but we can finish up the points, man. And after these good points, we dip off with Elder.
All right, it says in Sirach 32, he that chasteneth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
So you can't, now we're not grieving the enemy. Because Esau has systems set up to where you don't really have dominance or power over your son.
Or time.
Or time. Because even if you, like, brothers are hard workers and shit.
That's it.
So, even if you want to, you really can't deal with your little ones like that, man.
That's right, bro.
So, our kids, they born into institutions, man. They're institutionalized.
What we're doing now, the spiritual side is grieving Esau. Yeah. See, like on the flip side, the Lord has trained us up to grieve Esau. See, our father through Yahushua has trained up his sons. And this is the most grievous thing to the elites. This is the most grievous thing to the elites. Because they can't get around high end. Going back to the Operation Looking Glass, like they're obsessed with trying to get an alternate ending to this. But they can't. But the fact that we're just here on our feet, this is grievous to them devils, man. You know?
Right. We got precepts. A little more.
And before his friends, he shall rejoice of him. We got it on.
They better say something. His friends, the Heavenly Father, friends are the angels. The scriptures say how, the angels in heaven, they rejoice over one member of the elect. They repent. And then you got the 144,000. Then you got, 1/3 and number multitude. And the angels, they cheering us on, man, as we doing this. You know what I'm saying?
It's Psalms 127, 3 and 4. It says, "Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord Yahweh, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth."
That's why Esau targeted the children. You know, they remember going back, they had a song, "Children of the world at the preachers." You know, that's why Esau targeted the kids, man.
They said that the sons are like arrows, you know, in the father's quiver. Because what do you do with an arrow? You can project it. Because each generation is supposed to set it up for the next generation to go forward. So let's say you get to the end of your life, you know, what do? You set your child to project him further than you will. Like King Solomon, he forwarded the throne of King David. You see? And that's how it's supposed to be. So Yahweh Shai, he's been set up to forward the kingdom, all right, on earth. Set up the kingdom on earth like it is in heaven. You know? And he's going to be an extension of the Father in the earth. And oh Lord willing, we're going to be an extension of Yahweh Shai. You know?
And to show you Esau knows that taking your seed away from you is disarming you.
Yep.
Because an arrow is a weapon.
Oh yeah.
You know? Yeah. So he's like, okay, if I can get these men, sons away, and it's all about the men.
Yep.
It's all about the men.
Yeah. Never hardly consider the woman.
Yeah, because the woman easily manipulates.
She's not a threat.
Yeah. The woman easily manipulates. Because the woman thinks she got it.
She got it, yeah.
See, all you gotta do is overhype the woman.
Yeah.
You know, like the woman, no power is transferred from women. Power transferred to men. When the Syrians went down and the Babylonians came into the power, it was the Babylonian men taking power from the Syrian men. Okay, when the Medo-Persian came in power, it was the Medo-Persian men taking power from the Babylonian men. When the Greeks came into power, it was the Greek men taking power from the Medo-Persian men. And when the Romans came in power, the Roman men taking power from the Greek men. So power is always transferred by men. It's never transferred through women. Okay?
Remember that movie? My dad's mother was the Bush movie. With the woman with lead, what it's called? It's so repellent, man.
Black Panther.
Now, like a woman kingdom.
Oh, Woman King? Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Woman King.
She led the plot.
Yeah, with that, they got that one Eve up in there.
Yeah.
Nah. Even when T'Challa, so-called died, they set up the woman.
Yeah.
They set up the woman. Which, like I said, Esau knows if he take the sons away from the fathers, that's like taking bullets out of your gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got nothing to fight with.
Took all the power away.
Taking the power away. You know?
Yeah, that's why you go with the X. You had some time?
Yeah. You keep following for the same old trick, Jake. You know? We trying to wake you up out of this system that you, like the elder always said, the sunken place that you fall into. Jake keep following for the same old trick, because the whole thing is to get you out of your heritage. Your heritage, like you say, passed down from
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, what we were talking about earlier through the spirit had us hold it, so we split off as a camp. Now Esau was talking to Israelite boys, man, and the brother made a beautiful point. This system produced Israelite men who self-doubt. This kingdom, it produced men who self-doubt. Now it produced women who feel like they are the fucking world. If you're a woman in this society, you might have the biggest ego on earth. But conversely, the Israelite boys self-doubts, man. But on top of that, your real enemy are Israelite boys, man. Going back to the Pharaoh in Egypt.
But it's the spirit, because brothers over there, they were talking about like when Esau infiltrated the households and they took the father away, they took the power away out the house.
That's right. And so when the boy is raised around that feminine energy, He doesn't believe in himself, man. And a lot of times they compensate for their lack of masculinity for street shit. A lot of times that little hood bravado, it's you're compensating for that for feeling small. Deep down you feel powerless, so you put on that bravado, man. Because real masculine energy doesn't project like that. Real masculine energy is collective. You're somebody that's composed. All right, that's a masculine frame. So a lot of Jakes, they be projecting different shit, man.
Victory formation. You look at the chain of command, Yahweh Shai, man, woman, and children. So looking at how that wisdom is passed down, Esau took the man out of it, kept the category. How about Shema Shai not just gonna break this chain of command and just hold the wisdom into the woman and pass down to the child? So that wisdom ain't even getting in the household, period. And then on top of that, Esau put in all these different devices, these different aids and programs to back Eve having children when he know they can't take care of them. So it's just a whole household with no wisdom, no instruction, no nothing. They just go where the line is.
Yep, and Eve's house, Eve's apartment, those voucher apartments, those voucher homes, those homes, those little laboratories that produce this YNs, little Frankensteins, man. Eve's apartments are those welfare houses, all right, those HUD houses, those little laboratories, man. They produce little Frankensteins, man. All right, it produces the little Keishas and Travantes. They clone Tyrone, man. You're manufacturing little monsters, man, little YNs that ultimately you're gonna tell to the world these are terrorists, these are criminals, and we gotta do something about them. It started with the Northern Kingdom, calling him an immigrant and an alien and a molester and a rapist. All right, but soon he's gonna go to the Southern Kingdom too, because he's doing it covertly. So it's gonna be overtly, man. All right. So you can go ahead, bro.
No, I just had the scripture. Let's bro.
Okay, you can start with your build up.
All right, bro. Yeah, this is in the book of Exodus. Exodus chapter 1 and verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph, and he said unto his people, behold, the people of the sons of Israel are more and mightier than we.
They said the same thing when they outlawed slavery. Because when we started reproducing out of slavery, it was now a liability to Esau. Because now he had a nation of people within his kingdom that outnumbered him. All right?
Verse 10, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there followeth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
And today you can equate that to the prison industrial complex, because we're already aware of slavery, but this is more like a conversation like after slavery. They're more mightier than us. They're more dominant than us. All right, they have a god per se. So let us deal wisely with them. So part of them dealing wisely with us was spinning the narrative that we're criminals that had to be back in slavery through the prison industrial complex. Then you're gonna see that he did something called genocide through the eugenics movement, man. All right, go ahead.
And they're still doing it, you know. But it's in different forms, you can say.
That's right.
All right, now this verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the sons of Israel. And the Egyptians made the sons of Israel to serve with rigor.
Yep.
And they made their lives bitter. The word bitter again.
Hey, because like America's Egypt, it started with actual agrarian slavery, and now it's more systemic. And then Jake is working paycheck to paycheck, man. Jake is literally a subject to debt, man. All right? So, hey, going back to that hole called Myra. Hey, you heard that church? Going back tomorrow, man, which means bitter, man.
Yep.
All right, America, man. All right.
But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the sons of Israel. And the Egyptians made the sons of Israel to serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, and of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women and see them on the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. Murder him.
And let's stop right there. Go ahead with that. Yeah.
We got a few of them. This is the first one here. It says, in the U.S., black infants experience significantly higher mortality rates compared to white infants, with studies suggesting that black newborns cared by black physicians have a lower hospital death rate than those who are cared by white physicians.
Yep, get the other article. Yeah, you get that one the first one.
This is the second one. It says black boys face a disproportionately higher mortality rate compared to their white counterparts, particularly due to homicide and other causes and significant disparities emerging in their mid-teens and continuing throughout adulthood. Between 2014 and 2020, mortality rates increased by 36.7% in black youth and 22.3% in Native American youth, while only increasing 4.7% in white youth.
Let's get the infant mortality.
God, infant mortality. Black infants are more likely to die than white infants with disparities seen in causes related to low birth weight and maternal complications.
Read that last verse again.
Can I make a point? I was about to say. Not the verse. All right. This is Exodus chapter 1, verse 16. And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall murder him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
If it be a son, you shall murder him. That's a topic right there. If it be a son, you shall murder him. And now you understand that it's an attack on Israelite men in America. All right?
That's why it's an attack on our testosterone.
And this generation got the lowest testosterone. All right? What else? ADHD. What do you call it? Ritalin. That's the beginning of your ass being a druggie when it comes to ADHD, man.
Autism. What the fuck is that?
Autism. And you know what the autism rate is versus what it was in the 80s? It skyrocketed. That's why damn near every other Israelite boy has autism, man. That's not a coincidence. All right? The most dangerous place to be besides the womb of a black woman is in America, man. If you're an Israelite in America, hey, the target is on your back, man. And the media is a weapon against the Israelite, man. All right, so from the time you were in your mother's womb, Esau the king of Babylon, Pharaoh, has been after you. The most dangerous place to be in America is the womb of a so-called black woman, man. Ever since your daddy shot at your mama, hey, it's been a target on your back, man. All right?
Yeah, and dealing with the topic of eugenics, basically that's any nation, in particular this self-proclaimed white man, because they doing it now. Like the elder was talking about, the Pharaoh of ancient Egypt, he did it back in the day. But today, in today's time, is this self-proclaimed white man. The Edomites, dealing with eugenics, you're saying that your race is basically superior than other races. And other races or nationalities, they should pretty much be destroyed. It's so many words. And we just read that in the book of Exodus, man. The sons of Israel are more mightier than we. Like hell no, this can't be like we, like, in the ancient world, nations have what's called national pride. Even if they was a heathen, they had national pride. So them seeing us in the land of Ham, and we stronger than them. We better than them, more intelligent, look better than them. They wasn't having that, man. And that's why it was a campaign to pretty much destroy the sons of Israel. And like the elders getting into, the same thing is happening today, man.
That's why your child goes from baby formula to Pop-Tarts. So the Israelite boy, really all Israelites, they're under attack. You go from vaccines, love baby,
water in Jake neighborhood.
But that formula, which is poison. 2019 was different.
Hey, you wearing green, so she might take it easy.
Yeah.
It says autism diagnosed rates in the U.S. have risen significantly since 2000, while with the CDC reporting that 1 in 36 children are diagnosed with autism, up from 1 in 150 in 2000, a roughly 317% increase.
There's a 317% increase when it comes to autism, man. Come on, man. That's an attack. It's a biological attack on Israelites, man.
But can I say something?
Yep.
And I'm behind on the show. I should watch the show. Pretty much I started watching because of you, Priest Yash, and the Elder Tazwan. That show Bridgerton. Basically, you had that one the one Jake, I think he's a Duke or something. I forget his name right now. But long story short, when he was, young, his father was pretty much like to hell with him because he saw he couldn't articulate words, You know what I'm saying? So you like, man, get him out of my sight. He's a dummy. He's not gonna rise to royalty, basically. But all he had to do was work with him. You know what I'm saying? So the mother, you been watching the show? Yeah, but I want to say it was his mom. She started working with him, and you see that basically that's all he needed, but with some encouragement, man. But in today's time, they automatically want to diagnose you with something, just because you were Israelite, basically.
And it's poison, man. It's poison, and I'm telling you, man, the Edomite. So, we all been there.
Yeah. Curses, man.
It's curses. But the point is, man, the Edomite, man, he really get to move his muscle in them hospitals. Them Edomite doctors, not believe those Edomite prosecutors, even those Edomite defendants, man. They really get to move that shield behind those professions, man.
And to lambaste the coin, it's a damn experiment because case in point, you got UMC, a University of Mississippi Medical Center. Well, I had found out recently when they had the exhibit at the art museum. Long story short, they used to be an insane asylum, but basically, it's a university. So you got new nurses coming up in there. They really don't know what they're doing, bro. So they allowed to give particular care or certain treatments to people, but it's a part of their learning. But they fuck up,
And you know what? Like if you got free healthcare, right? Even if you do pay insurance, they have nurse students experimenting on you, man.
Yep.
If you because they got a lot of programs, right, where you could pay for your hospital visit through this program. Like the program will pay for it. All right, like financial counseling was one of them. I don't know if it still exists, but the catch is nurse students are experimenting on you, man. Like I got circumcised in the truth, and I got it done through a program called financial counseling, but they never put me to sleep. They put the medicine in my ride, and I'm up here watching them pick on me, man. And some of the medicine didn't even kick in fully, so I'm feeling them nitpicking on my ride, man.
But imagine for the people they do put to sleep.
Yeah.
And it's just the lambaggers is one is dealing with the topic you're speaking about as far as the Hebrew boys. It's like sons. Edom makes a diligent effort when a baby's born. And I know for a fact at UMC, but damn near all these hospitals though, like they make sure that the father's out the room. They try to get the father, like get you distracted or something like that. So they'll isolate the mother and the baby, so you really don't know what's going on when it comes to them giving those particular shots.
And a dumb bitch, the nigga woman, she's so fucking gullible that she falls into their kindness.
Yep.
She falls for it. Like, he really care for you. Bitch, if you really care for me, you would care for us as a unit.
Yep.
Why do you care for me? If I was a woman, why do you care for me when I'm by myself? Why is it that you can't care for me, the man, and my child? Why is it that you only care for me when it's just me and a child? Then you care about me. But the man is like, let's get him out of here, man. Like, you bitches are the money, man. Y'all women are, and the so-called black woman, unlike the Hebrew Israelite women in the book of Exodus, y'all chopped on us in this kingdom, man.
Because these women in the ancient world, they had honor.
And they refused to abort our babies.
Yeah.
But now, Keisha, her abortion game, this bitch might as well be play Call of Duty.
They had that, we listen but we don't judge and some shit like that. There's a bunch of just wicked bitches that go in the circle too much. She got, I think, Elder, not the Zuckerberg, I'm saying the name correctly, out of South Carolina. I think one, he said she had like 9 to 12 women a year. We like, God damn, bitch.
Hey, because you know what? You Horilla, you Sexy Red, y'all are implants. Y'all are implants. That's why Horilla got a pyramid tattooed on one side of her right knee with the all-seeing eye. Esau used a so-called black woman to overthrow our nation, man.
Yeah, and these different entertainment chicks, they gonna have a horrible end in America, man.
And y'all was talking, y'all be bragging about them abortion clinic visits, man. Y'all are demons, man. Eve, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American woman, but mainly Eve, you overthrew your nation. And Esau, y'all are enemies. That's why.
In the spirit too, you brought up Ephraim because that there was an experiment in Puerto Rico where the women of Ephraim, tribe of Ephraim, so-called Boricua women, they were being sterilized. You know, they were being sterilized so they couldn't have babies, and now they get pregnant. And showing you, Esau, Edom know who the tribes are because that's the blessing of Ephraim. You know, like Ephraim, what does it mean? Aparium, I am fruitful. So Esau, Edom wanted to stop them from repopulating, man.
Yep. You know, because on this side, it's like a liability if you have sons and daughters. But wait a minute, in the scriptures, that's your blessing.
It's a blessing.
At the lowest level, whether you're a farmer or a carpenter, your blessing is you see your grandkids, your grandsons and daughters. So why is it like, damn, I should have worn a condom. Now let's go get a plan B. You know what I mean? Esau got it to where it's like a bad thing to have sons and daughters. No, it's a bad thing in this kingdom to have sons and daughters. But the most I got it set up, that's how you continue your nation. That's why weddings are so big in the East.
Yep.
That's why weddings are so big, man. All right, because you are continuing your legacy. And the wedding was really for that man. Really in Jerusalem in the Middle East, the wedding is really for the groom.
So joining the two kingdoms.
Yep, the joint. Hey, and then you maintaining your wealth, your name. What you got it, bro?
It's Psalm chapter 127 verse 3. Lo, children are an inheritance of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward.
The fruit of the womb is his reward, man. So that's your gift. I keep thinking about that sequel to the movie Avatar, where the Edomite jumped into Avatar's body. And he actually dealt with Zoe Saldana's character, and they actually made babies. And he was on the planet Pandora. He was a father of about four different little ones, man.
You can tell those tears.
Yeah, those are little terror babies. But I saw it. It gave me insight on the scriptures, man. And what is that black thing on that pole, man? You know that black. See, you go on the pole right here.
Yeah, that's new. That wasn't there.
Yeah, what's that black top, man? Yeah,
but it's a very top.
It's cylinder.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't. But the point is, man, that might be at the time. But the point is, man, your happiness is supposed to come from the sons and daughters, man. Seeing little ones that look like you, run up to you, but now they get slaughtered, man.
It's an increasing of your estate. Because I have a son, you have a daughter. You know, we come together and, you know, we talk. You know, we decide that, you know, we're going to arrange marriage for our kids. You know, my son going to spend a little time with me, learning how to run the kingdom. Then he gonna spend a little time with you, learning how to run the kingdom. Your daughter she gonna learn how to support in the kingdom. Then she gonna come over here. So it's an art behind to where art is not even really the right word. It's a holy understanding behind the ways of Yahweh Shema Shah and the way how he got things set out.
Well, it's an art too. You know what I'm saying? When you think about, you know, the way our people came up in their customs. You know what I'm saying? You know, you train up your son. You know, you got fathers training up their daughters. You know,
because that's to say this, high priest. There's called the manner of daughters, the manner of women. So there's a whole way to develop a woman up under other women. It's called the manner of women. All right, go ahead, bro. And that's why in Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, I'm willing to get into it. It goes into some of the customs that women had that Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua was going to take away. And women, if you go into some of those elements, Isaiah the 3rd chapter, if you go into some of those things that the Most High took for women, you go to the book of the Bible, Israelite women had a certain chain that connected their feet together, so they was forced to walk with a certain etiquette. All right? Standing with a book over their head, they came from Israelite women. All right? It was a whole, going back to art, it was a whole art to the raising of Israelite women. All right? Even if you look back in the 20th century, 1930s, in the 1940s, 1950s, Hebrew women, Israelite women had a certain thing called elegance. If you notice now, so-called black women don't have elegance. They don't have class. They just got ass. They don't have class. All right? Class goes back to Israelite women. All right? Self-respect goes back to Israelite women. You have to remember that Edomite woman was what? A freak and a whore. It still is. It still is. So-called black women got that deviant mindset from Edomite women. Who was the first famous whore? Marilyn Monroe. In America, the first famous whore that historically, Marilyn Monroe. That was the first archetype of a whore that was celebrated. All right, go ahead. Yep, that's right. You can do the NLT.
This is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 16 in the NLT. Yahweh Shema says, beautiful Zion is haughty, craning her elegant neck, flirting with her eyes, walking with dainty steps.
Yeah, flirting with her eyes, and that's the Hebrew Israelite woman trait in America, man. It's called woman eyes in the King James Version, which basically means lack discipline. You're a weak bitch. That's a sign of being weak. When you with your man, you gotta look at different niggas. It's a sign of being weak, man. All right, go ahead, because the daughter wants to develop self-discipline. But the devil Esau will tell the Hebrew daughters it's okay to go off your impulses, man. That's a devil trait. That's an Edomite trait. Do as thou wilt for females, man. All right, go ahead.
Tickling her ankle bracelets, so Yahweh Shema Shai will send scalps on her head.
Yep, baldness. That's why a brother could grow his hair out and it'll surpass Eve's hair in 2 years. In 2 years, our brother's wool will grow longer than Eve's wool, man. All right?
So Yahweh Shema Shai will send scalps on her head, and Yahweh Shema Shai will make beautiful Zion bald.
Yep.
Verse 18, on that day of judgment, Yahweh Shema Shai will strip away everything that makes her beautiful. Ornaments, headbands, crescents, necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and veils, scarves, ankle bracelet, sashes, perfumes, and charms, rings, jewels, party clothes, gowns, capes, and purses.
Hey, that's how you know back in Europe, like during the time where with the French Empire, that's how you know those Israelite women. Like they had different garments for different times of the day.
They did, bro.
And it goes back to Israel, man. It goes back to Israel because even Jake during the Crusades, they went back to Jerusalem and got their culture and brought their culture back. And then in the first kingdom in Europe, they embodied that culture. It was France. That's where class and etiquette came from, man. We weren't just in a tent being royal. We had tents, but we actually had kingdoms, man. Our etiquette class came from Israel.
In that one movie, and correct me if I'm wrong, that one movie, Goodbye Uncle Tom, when you had that one guy that was, man, and it's been a while since I've seen the movie. The one guy that was in that particular slave master house, and he was looking at, Jake that was in slavery. Was he French?
Oh, that was observing everything?
Yeah, he was observing everything.
Bro, he was either French or Italian.
Because it was different to him.
He was upset.
Yeah, because you could tell, obviously, he had to see some in Europe. He had to see us in a different light, as opposed to how he seen us in America.
Have you seen? Well, what about the movie Django Unchained? I saw it a million times. But the guy, Doctor over the dentist. The dentist was he was from France. Was he French?
He might have been by Salaki. I know he know. But I'm gonna get the answer.
Okay, come. we gotta talk about something else because I want to hold that conversation. But hey, because if you go into it, Isaiah 3, it's like it's really talking about Israel personified as a woman, but the Most High actually took these things from women, man.
You said garments. It says mirrors, fine linen garments, head ornaments, and shawls. Instead of smelling sweet perfume, she would stink. She would wear a robe.
He was German, right? I'm sorry. But if you remember the movie Django, because I bought the DVD and I just kept watching it, right? He saw how the Edomites in Mississippi was getting down. He lost his shit and shot him. He was like, I just couldn't take it. But he actually had the reason why he had a respect for Django because his perception of a Jake was different than their perception of a Jake in America, man. Okay? So going back, man, in Europe, they were more, they had more integrity. But then the Edomite, I think he quoted the Three Musketeers, the Edomite from Mississippi. And you know what the German said? The Three Musketeers were black. Woo! He said that in Europe because their perception of so-called black men in Europe was different from the American perception.
And if I could allow me to say one thing, bro, and you can see this in particular museum exhibits. And if it's still there, unless they took it down, but down in the Mississippi Museum of Art, they had on display, and I got to get the Jake name, but they show you there's a particular Moorish prince that was here in America. He wasn't out there with the other Jakes, so to speak. Like every Jake that came to America wasn't in slavery, man. You know?
That's right. Well, because it's been a while since I went into the book of Babylon and Timbuktu and other historical books. But Edomites used Israelite generals from Spain and Portugal to set up their armies in America. How did these Edomites develop armies in America? They used Jakes from Spain and Portugal because you had those Moorish empires in Spain and Portugal, and they used those generals to establish an army in America, man. So, and the first presidents in America were Jakes, man.
Yeah. And I know Elder Bun can attest to this because he's been recently down in Mexico. When you go to Mexico and also Central America, case in point Guatemala, a lot of that colonial architecture, it actually go back to the Moors. You know, because one of the those people that explain, the exhibits, whatever, they told me that pretty much it goes back to Spain, but it goes back to the Moors in particular.
And you said, but where is it now?
Nah, down in Mexico and in Central America. Basically, that colonial architecture, the Spanish architecture, it goes back to the Moors in Spain.
Hey, that's beautiful. They call Halima Yahabashma because one narrative is that they pushed it like a lot of Northern Kingdom are Edomites. If you from Argentina and all that, but the Most High got it set up to where they're Jakes anyway. Whether they're natives or they go back to the line goes back to Spaniards, then historically the Jakes a lot of them are Jakes, man.
Yeah, everything goes back to us.
Yep, because a lot of Spaniards are dark, they got woolly hair. Yeah. A lot of French, they look like Edomites, they got woolly hair, they're a little darker than American Edomites.
And that's some hidden history too. Every person that came over here that was Spanish, they weren't all Edomites.
They weren't all Edomites.
A lot of them were Jake.
And then you got Esau, the God of this world. Part of the gift of being a God of this world, pursuant to Job 9:24, you control the frame of reference. So Jake has been detached from his history, so his frame of reference of himself is that of a Negro. I could be a basketball player, a rapper, a thug, or a worker. So you have no power, and that's part of the self-doubt, because you have no attachment that traces you back to the kings in Europe and ultimately to our father Abraham. Out of Abraham spun the kings of the earth, man. But when I say kings of the earth, the Israelite kings, because you had that chart, they were selling Amazon, they traced the kings of Europe back to King David, to the house of David. Stop me if I'm fucking wrong, bro. You had that chart that traced the kings of Europe to the house. You remember what I'm talking about?
I knew something.
Yeah, King Arthur, King George, but because they lineage was traced back to the house of David. It was a chart that traced like the kings of Europe to the house of David, man. All right, go ahead.
This is Job 29, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
That's why we know Lil Durk is a psyop. That YN, the white young nigga, street nigga, basketball player, actor, those are psyops. Especially the YN. It's a psyop. It's like wartime propaganda.
Yeah, that's the worst one, bro.
Yeah, it's wartime propaganda to tell the world this is the enemy. Because now, if you tell the world this is the enemy, what are you gonna do? It's genocide. That's why he calls the northern kingdoms, particularly Issachar or Ephraim, immigrants, illegal aliens, rapists, mass murderers,
Accused of our brethren.
It's wartime propaganda, specifically a psyop to persuade the world this is the enemy. We got to go to war against the enemy.
Yeah, to justify our destruction.
To justify our destruction.
Same thing y'all did, Haman in particular. You know what Haman did in the book of Esther?
Yeah.
You know,
right.
Same spirit, man.
Because your hatred towards the Jews. Now we know Haman went back to who? Haggai. Haman went back to who? Haggai. Haman pursuing the second Ezra. And we know Sakari was a sellout too, because Sakari said that the book of Esther, the book of Esther and Apocrypha wasn't legitimate. Did he not say that?
He said something along those lines. I'm still trying to figure out his argument, but it got to the point, man, we left it alone. He didn't make any sense, because all the book of Esther is historical fact. Yeah. It's just history.
But the reason why I say, I didn't see that video, but if he said that, he set up. If he did say that, he was probably still set up. The point was, in the book of Esther, the reason why I said that, because in the continuation of Esther, it said that it said that Haman was a Macedon. Haman was a Macedon.
I'll get it for you, bro.
But it also tells you, okay, come. Haman was a Macedon.
Yeah, I got it.
But it also tells you that Haman goes back to Agag. Agag was a what? All right, so you got the Amalekites go right back to Haman. But it said Haman was of Macedon. But it tells you another.
This is the rest of the books of Esther, which is in the Apocrypha. This is Esther chapter 16, and begin at verse 10. For Haman, a Macedonian.
Haman, a Macedonian. Let's go to the book of Alexander. That's why you fuck niggas, you implant niggas. All right, you COINTELPRO niggas are set up to discredit the Bible. How the fuck you Israel? A lot of you niggas, y'all come in about y'all Hebrew Israelites, but then later on down in your little podcast, your little platform, y'all all do the same thing. You discredit the Bible because y'all niggas are implants. It don't take a fucking Jesus to know that somebody that say they're a Hebrew Israelite, but in the same breath discredits the Bible, is an implant. You a fucking implant. You a sellout, or you either a sellout or an implant. Go ahead. Now, we're gonna read this out first.
It's the first book of Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian.
Wait a minute. Everybody know Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian. But in the same breath in the book of Esther, the continuation, it said Haman, the Macedonian. So what does that motherfucker tell you? Let's do some tracing. Let's do some ancestry.com right quick, man. All right. Alexander, the son of Philip, was a Macedonian. Haman was a motherfucking Macedonian. All right. Haman was the great grandson of who? Agag, the Amalekite. Wait a minute. Alexander is a motherfucking Amalekite.
Here we go, bro.
But it's proven that Alexander really existed. Like, directors make movies about Alexander. You have libraries in Egypt called Alexander. All right? So wait a minute. The Grecian Empire, or these so-called white people, go back to who? The Amalekites. That's why they have you niggas discredit the Bible, man. The wicked watch it over the righteous and seek to slay him. You hide behind a title called the so-called white man. You are an Edomite. The first kingdom of the Edomites came back from who? Out of the so-called Grecians, man. All right? And that's why the scripture says the wicked are estranged from the womb, because you go into the history of the Grecians, they were called the boy lovers, man. All right, go ahead.
And it's crazy because, you know, the empire of the Edomites, you know, going back to the Greeks, you know, it's no coincidence that, you know, it began with Amalek. It's starting with Amalek and it's going to end with Amalek.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And Amalek, you that moving enemy. See, these American Edomites, they just good old boys. And they can get away with it, they'll hang us. You know, they into shit like that. They got these little sundown towns. They was hanging us in the 20th century. They hanging us now. But the person that's behind the media, the person that's behind the food industry, the so-called the DRUTS industry, the person that's behind all these industries, that's Amalek. That's Amalek. The wicked watching over the righteous, man. There's a war going on that he put up a wall to distract you from the war that's really going on behind the wall. The wall is the veil. The wall got you arguing about an NBA game, a football game, Kendrick Lamar and Drake, but behind that wall, it's a war. He cooking up more ideas how to destroy the house of David. Come on, man.
And it's Amalek that's really dealing with them high-level spirits on the left-hand side, man. You know? But at the same time, hey, we got power, you know? So that's what they worry about, but you can't stop it. You know, the brother, you know, P.C. Ashmel talking about Project Looking Glass, you can't stop it. You can't break the prophecy. You a part of the prophecy. You can't stop it.
And we know what you're about to do. You about to start swinging. Yeah. We are coming into Revelation 12. You about to directly go to war with them that keep his commandments. And part of that war is going to be wartime propaganda. We're the bad guys. So be ready to get persecuted. They're going to put your worst pictures as a mugshot up, man. Their license plate, their driver license picture that you don't like, they're going to put that shit up.
Yeah.
And they're going to put all type of slanders behind your name, man. Why? Because it's time to go to war with the saints, man.
And you know what? Whether you do what we do or you just know you're an Israelite, you got to fully embrace it. Whether you got Hebrew Israelites plastered on the back of your truck, or whether you in Walmart wearing your fringes and bordeaux blue, either way, you got to embrace it. Hey, you got a YouTube page. You may not put videos up, but you watch our videos. Hey, we all about to get persecuted, but especially those of us that's doing this, man. So like the Apostle Gabar always say, know what you're involved in. Yep. You know, but you want me to keep reading this?
Yeah.
All right, this is back in the rest of the books of Esther, chapter 16 and verse 10 again. For Haman, a Macedonian, the son of Amadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood and far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger received of us, had so far forth obtained the favor that we showed toward every nation, as that he was called our father.
Hey, and another excellent point too, historical, right? It was the Persian Empire that was in power. Haman, the Macedonians were a vassal state to the Persians. They were acting as a vassal state. So basically, what they was doing, they was pulling the Iquab on the Persians. They were waiting to overthrow them. And that's how we have reason to believe that the serpent during the kingdom of Adam was like a vessel to Adam. He was like his right hand wisdom man. But the nature of the serpent, which is the Edomite, was I'm gonna sit here under you and really wait to overthrow you. I'm gonna whisper in your woman's ear advice that's gonna overthrow your kingdom. That's what this man was doing. All right, he was acting as a serpent. Haman could have been a serpent, man. Going back to the garden, you know, they had that anger, that hatred, that single eye towards the overthrow, man.
Yeah, because going back to the garden, the serpent, which we know is an actual man, and you know, but he had the spirit of Esau. He had to have been somebody close to Adam, you know, like some type of, you know, just some type of counselor or advisor. Because how can he get that close to Eve?
Because we've seen it historically. When you have a certain king in power, right, you can't get directly to that king.
Right.
But your goal is to overthrow that king. What you do, you pillow talk with his wife. You might be sleeping with his wife, but you pillow talking in her ear to get him to make these decisions. It's gonna cause the overthrow so you can replace him. Yeah. All right, we've seen that with the oh man, I'm bad. I gotta get my name game up. When the king back in the was the earlier 1900s, when the whole family got assassinated in Russia.
It was the czars?
The czars of Russia. I think it was like the late 1800s, the early 1900s, but his whole family got assassinated. But you know one of the things that caused the assassination? They had this weird-ass sorcerer that came from Siberia. I think he came from Siberia. And he came to the kingdom, and he was like a medicine man. And he made his way into the kingdom, but really he envied the Tsar of Russia's position. And he got to the Tsar through bad counsel through his wife. So that's how we know. That's how I believe. That's how I believe. To overthrow Adam. He knew that counsel was going to overthrow Adam. What else would he tell him? What's the purpose of telling him? He envied the king because it tells you that in Apocrypha, in Sirach, Second Ezra, the Most High put Adam as the king of the earth. So the serpent, it tells you that he was more subtle than any creature, right? But what did it say about heaven?
And you know, and you think about it too. Well, so like, going back to the rest of the book of Esther, the rest of the books of Esther, chapter 16 and verse 11, has so far forth obtained the favor that we showed toward every nation, is that he was called our father and was continually honored of all men as the next person unto the king.
The next person unto the king.
Wow, there we go.
So that goes back to the serpent and Adam. But we know the nature of the serpent, and that's an Edomite, bro. They'll be right up under the king as that wise counselor, but your ulterior motive, and that's why I say he's speaking sweetly with his lips. All right? In this case, speaking sweetly was giving that, he was like a wise, trusted counselor to the king, but you had an ulterior motive to overthrow him. And what happened right after the Persian Empire? Came the Grecian Empire. After the Persian Empire, came the kingdom of the Macedonians. And that's why if you go on Google right now, you can't hardly find shit on the Macedonian Empire. You can't hardly find shit.
They want to hide them being Edomites, but we know that they're Edomites, but they want to hide them, man. You know, and then going back to the garden, you know we have spiritual speculation, but to quote the Elder Yashwamba, you read Genesis the third chapter, it's very abridged. You know, it just gets to the point, but it doesn't tell you how long the serpent was in Eve's ear. You know, it could have been a very long time. So eventually she broke.
And then because I see examples that remind me of the garden. I see the example with Haman. All right, but I saw like the documentary, going back to one of the czars of Russia. That took years. Even the movie 300. All right, when Leonidas was fighting in battles, his wife was still there, and you had that man that envied Leonidas. Yeah, he was in her ear, So we know it's that same trait coming back into different kingdoms, man. Go ahead, bro.
I wanted to ask, wasn't it I'm gonna get his name wrong. Doug the Edomite that snitched on King David.
Doeg. But he was a Syrian. Yeah, he was a Syrian.
Yeah. But it's the same. That's envy. But the point is, man, we're going back. We're sticking to you, boy. All right. And you moving in this earth under the guise of the so-called white man. Now, according to Revelation 20, what is your epithet? The old serpents. The old serpent going back to the garden.
Showing you that he can't change his nature. Like that nature's still there.
That nature is still there.
You know, and if you take, man, you can't make this up, bro, because you had mentioned the element not to talk about Priest now. You can't make this up. Like you got these ninjas, man. A nigga hopping out the ground like Thriller, hopping out the trees. To say this fucking Edomite, man. But just wait till they turn on your ass, man. It's a whole bunch of videos now. Like, but you just show we in the generation when the Lord gonna bring the judgment. Because here it is, Esau Edom has done all this evil, but there's still some of our people that want to save them. Oh, you can't leave Eve out, because videos of them too trying to save this damn Edomite.
But you know what? Y'all don't know the nature of your oppressor. Y'all don't know the nature of the oppressor, man. You got neo-Nazi groups popping up on J communities. All right, you got KKK, and that's just in America, man. Hey, man. Hey, these elites, man, they finna sick something on you, boy. Yep. Go ahead, bro.
But that just says, like, that just shows, like, really, people that say they know the scriptures, they don't. Because you go in Genesis, it tells you that Esau was blessed with the sword, the fatness on earth. You know, the sword was given to take peace out of the earth. Then you go into where it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So Quan just got done talking about Alexander. All right, every time you see Esau in rulership, it has been nothing but a spread of wickedness amongst the earth.
Well, they don't know the Bible because their slave master taught them the Bible. So Esau gave you the Bible, but he read it to you. He read the Bible to you. And you think the so-called white man is the guy in the Bible. That's why Eve. That's why white, she dyes her hair blonde, blue contacts. She's like a pit bull towards Jake. She's the symbol. The real symbol is Eve.
Man, I've been seeing a lot of what they call interracial couples. I've been seeing a lot of Eve with these fucking crackers lately, man. Hey, but you know what? They gonna turn up. They gonna turn. Wait, just wait and see. Yeah. Hey, them Edomites that y'all love. Was what the elder bishop Zaya want to say. Your boyfriend, the white man, he gonna be responsible for lynching you.
Hey,
you know?
Because you think, okay, he's a man just like Jacob is a man. Esau will eat your ass. Yeah. Esau will kill you.
It's gonna be dirty.
Esau's a whole animal, but Esau got this trait, right? Where he could put on a face of friendliness, and it'll de-arm you. But then he'll attack you, man. Esau flip on you, man.
You get that one rapper chick Eve. She married to like what was it, like a billionaire Edomite or something like that. You know, you see a picture of her at the Christmas parties. What do you think they gonna do with her black ass?
They gonna sacrifice her and roast her. She gonna be the rotisserie. And I'm not even being facetious.
Nah, but for real, that's how they get down.
You don't know the nature of a damn Edomite, man. They'll sacrifice your ass, and you'll be the damn oven roast of the night, man. Real shit, because they don't. Esau is not human, but ironically, he does not perceive you as human. You never be around a human that does not perceive you as human, man. He looks at your ass as cattle, like another species, especially in the hospitals, man. He looks at you as subhuman, and if he looks at you as subhuman, he won't be remorseful about unaliving you, because if you are the 12 tribes, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, he don't perceive you as human, man. But you gonna find out.
And all y'all that wanna, like the Coin said, you wanna go off to Esau, you know, and buck up against the men, y'all by Shemal Shah. Esau gonna have y'all ass tartar just like he look like this snake. So that shit, all that shit that we get that you say now, and you try to buck up against the word, just stand on that shit and then time to come.
Yeah, I had something. All right, this is Revelation chapter 2, and verse 13. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days where Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwelleth. But the actual scripture I had wanted basically it speaks about those you who have not known the you know what, slot. I know where it is. Here we go. But to mention Antipas, he was actually burned alive in a brazen bull, man. You know, so a topic as of late has been how certain brothers of the elect, maybe martyrs for the word, man. But it's happened before. We'll be all right. Revelation chapter 2, verse 24. But unto you I say, and unto the rest of Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, one doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan. As they speak, I'll put upon you none of the burden.
But hey, that's pretty much the point, man. All right.
But now, like, y'all don't realize how far the Edomite is willing to go. You know, they have nothing that's restricting them. And scriptures say that their spirit is not upright, man. And then, you know, when the elder spoke about that, the nature of the Edomite, ain't nothing right in them. Jake drove by and honked his horn, man. You know? So the Lord is going to unleash them. You know, so for you Israelite men and women that want to hop out the trees, come from under the ground like the Thriller video, and you want to say this fucking cracker, hey, well, we going to see how it turned out, man. It ain't going to be pretty, man.
Yep. You see, you niggas that got Stockholm Syndrome, and you're homeborn servants. So you was born and raised to be attached to your damn master, to them oppressor. So it's going to shock you that your parent is about to turn on you, man. Edomite man is like your parent to a lot of you Israelites. That's why you want to look like him, you want to act like him, you want to talk like him, especially the so-called black and Hispanic women, man. You really cleave to him, man, and you depend on him, and you trust him, and you portray your man for him, but you don't understand the whole time this man sees you like a Kobe cow. I'm going to groom your ass and turn on you, man. He looks at you like a cow, man. The Edomite man, he looks at the 12 tribes like they're subhuman. And now he's about to flip on you. And it's going to go over your little gullible head. All right? That's why the scripture says, never trust thy enemy, man. All right? Like I said, the Edomite is about to turn on you. And you got the American Edomites, but then you got the foreign Edomites. Then you always get into, you got Edomite's technology, his AI, which is a very sophisticated sword. And what you're going to experience is a man who has negative 1,000 ethics, man. He has no morals towards your demise. So it's going to be a very real slaughter on the 12 tribes, man. But just to recap, he's been covertly attacking us through the food, through the chemtrails, through the psyops called like BET, so-called black entertainment, through the abortion clinics, through the music.
Oh yeah, and you speak about we talking about the hospitals, how they be giving the babies the different shots, and and Israelites are known for taking those V's or whatever, but the V word, it goes back to cow. It goes back to cattle. You know, it's showing you like they look at our people like beasts, man. So they're not gonna have a problem slaying you, man.
And be mindful of Edomites you work around too, man. Just be mindful of Edomites because they all got this trait, man. All right, but that's pretty much the point. I hope you brothers and sisters are edified. Is the East right in front of us?
Yes, right in front. Yep.
Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua B'Hashem Kakudash.
I want to give double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba.
Kum Yashra. Shalom.
Everybody got to go to the spot.